This Ufoma Biafra on the microphone. God bless MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Urobo Wato, hey, Isoko Wato, hey, Ipob, one family.
It's just my finger.
In your woman, me so go, insecurity, Otori Biafra yo. One more, we go Makube yo. For Makada, Efuri Biafra. Urobo, Onanisha, insecurity, Otori Biafra yo. One more, we go Makube yo. If they carry, Efuri Biafra. Divide and rule has been defeated in our land. Oh, Biafra, Bayesala, and the Tala, Kalabala, and Akwa Ibola, Ikwoshala, oh Ibola, be our family. Oh, Biafra, Urobo, Onanisha.
Destiny can only be delayed, but cannot be denied. Don't give up in your struggle. Chop, 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 chop. Sing it up. Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Never lose hope. Your blessings are on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way. Oh, your miracle is on the way. Yeah, it's on the way.
No matter your condition, no matter your challenges,
Never give up.
no matter your situation, no matter the calamity,
Never give up.
He's the God of the last minute miracle.
It's the God of the last minute miracle.
He's the God of the last minute miracle.
It's the God of the last minute miracle.
Don't give up, your miracle is on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Never lose hope, your blessings are on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Chop, 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 chop.
I see you doing everything good.
No matter your suffering, no matter the trouble, no matter your sickness, no matter the emptiness, He's the God of signs and wonders.
Signs and wonders.
He's the God of signs and wonders. No matter your condition, no matter your challenges,
Never give up.
no matter your situation, no matter the calamity,
Never give up.
He's the God of the last minute miracle.
It's the God of the last minute miracle.
He's the God of the last minute miracle.
It's the God of the last minute miracle.
Don't give up, your miracle is on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Never lose hope, your blessings are on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Chop, 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 chop.
I see him doing everything good.
No matter your suffering, no matter the trouble, no matter your sickness, no matter the emptiness, He's the God of signs and wonders.
Signs and wonders.
He's the God of signs and wonders.
He's the God of signs and wonders.
Don't give up, your miracle is on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
Never lose hope, your blessings are on the way.
Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way.
He's the God of signs and wonders.
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 He's the God of signs
things, but I thank God for this new audio of our leader that came out. So I think it has spoken.
Yes.
He has cleared all the misunderstanding and whatever, so that it won't look like you're attacking somebody. But then again, it baffles me, Pastor Chris, when you give somebody a platform on this hallowed platform, and then they become popular because our leader used to say it also, because I gave you a mic. And you don't understand. So when you give people a platform many years ago on this platform, from 15 years of fame, 15 minutes of fame, now the same person now is turning to fight with his maker. It is so, the only thing I can do is just to sit and watch. Or however they, I won't case do you know how to serve, but it is well. We must continue. That is the thing. Because how can you destroy exactly. So how can you destroy something that made you famous? It is highly impossible. If it was somebody else you don't know, then you might think, you might shiver. But if it is something that you made, a creation of you, in terms of that area, you don't need to be worried. I thank God for this audio. Like I said, Aseranago, we don't have time for arguments. We don't have time to castigate people or whatever. We have to focus, because we have to move forward. We have to focus on the things that matters, how to get our leader out. Should be our focus now. The days of ranting, this and that, I think it's all over now, Mazi. Please go ahead and summarize.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere with that, because you know why I'm saying this.
Yes, go ahead.
Many people will always come out of curiosity, emotional, or docile, or whatever, any language I can use, to a kind of clamor for some certain things. I want to let them know that if you don't go to other platforms to listen, you won't be able to be contaminated. Because onye na-akwasịlị na anti-information, if you focus on Radio Biafra and Radio Biafra alone, you cannot be distracted. You can never come in or contaminated with anything. Why? Because you are rooted. People that are not rooted are the people that are going out to scam on bloggers. People that blog, they don't have stations. They don't have anything to offer. They are on Facebook. You use your data. Even as you are listening to them, you are paying money to them without you knowing. They are receiving money as you click on their blog pages. You are paying at least, the cheapest is $5. Then check $5.
Pastor Chris.
Convert it to Nigerian money.
Pastor Chris.
Yes. Yes.
In my price, yeah. Please go ahead.
Convert that $5 n'ọchịchị Buhari a, n'ọchịchị ghost nọ na Abuja. Now almost $600, or what they call it, 580. Convert it now to naira. You will check the nonsense, the junk in it with your own money. If you know somebody what you need to do is to withdraw back. Coming to start talking about people that does not matter. You are giving them fame. You are making them famous. Bringing them into this very hallowed chamber. You don't know what the hallowed means. Hallowed means something that is holy, sanctified, blessed of God. They use the Matthew 26:31 to fight us. They thought that IPOB will fall. It did not fall. Then why are you still listening?
My goodness. Standing like a rock. Standing so tall. Yes. IPOB standing so tall. My goodness me. Mazi, the kind of attack that we received this year, some people have lost hope. Some people even thought that this is it. This is the end of IPOB. But somehow, there is something that fights for this hallowed, noble family. It is not us. I wouldn't say it's because of Mazi Kechukwu did A and B. Mazi Chikedoziem and DOS did A and B. No. Elohim, the same person that actually, structured this organization, is the same person that is fighting. And the blood of the departed, the blood. If I never be here more, people have died. Blood is involved. So do you want their death to be in vain? It's impossible.
Now, let me just tell you, Mazi, we are just like we are interacting right now, but I want to use these little words to teach and impart some wisdom to our people. Don't use your data, because if you don't listen to these people, they will close down. They are there because you are watching them, and they are using your blood. Brother is pocket. How much remain? Because you are contributing to their effort to continue. You are telling them, encouraging them to continue by clicking their pages without you knowing. So it is better for you to stop clicking, because whatever thing you click on social media costs money. You don't know. Now, what am I trying to say? Mazi, let me just tell you what is happening right now is what Bible says, separating the chaff from the corn. Separating the chaff from the corn, because when God asked Gideon to select soldiers, he went and brought millions, thousands. God said no. He reduced it to 7,000, yet God said no, until he get to a particular number. You know why?
Mazi, in terms of that separation, some people say that those ones, he asked them to drink water. There are those ones who were squatting like kneeling down like a woman to drink water. I think they say those were the Fulanis. Those were the Fulanis.
Yes.
Mazi, please summarize. Summarize.
My summary is, and they claim I will do this, I will do that also. Hana Bohia. I will do this, I will do that. That very person will problem. Why? DK another we hold them again. No, come on, man, action.
Absolutely.
And if IPOB nkete, nilonye ajuju, amam, nilonye ajuju, nkete, nilonye asile. Iwone bonye onye asile nkete, one zuzu. Oko gelicha na social media, mwere ekirienu. Ome 1, 2, 3 weeks. Ego just subscribe that ago. Of because only fans.
All right.
Then amam bonye gaba jugi gine meni IPOB, gine meni DOS. Isa ni maro. Because on that oath, onye na jugi farmer on ni obono ni yo unit opposite and information. In your information or gago wants to the IPOB, you say our leader.
Mazi goes here.
Thank
you. Mazi, before you go, Mazi, are you still there?
Yeah.
Before you go, I want you to call me Dika Nabalizu.
DK Anabalizu.
Do you still remember? No. I only said wait, Mazi to wom nafa. I only said DK Anabalizu. Crucial Obamafia. Do you still remember that name?
I remember it.
It was given to me in 2017 by Mazi Kenga Chibuzo, Mazi Chibuzo Eguato. In 2017, I refused to take that name. I refuse to take that name, but now I am ready. So go and bring the chieftaincy title and the Ubu ready. We must continue.
In short, January 1st,
Thank you very much, Mazi. I was asking you about how do you know. I was asking you how do you know the price, and then I forgotten that how can I ask an Inewi man? How do he know the prices of that and so on? Mazi, bye-bye. Thank you very much. We must continue. Pastor Chris is from Nnewi. For your information, he is busy here telling us how much those people are making on Facebook, and I'm asking him how does he know, forgotten that he is from Nnewi. They are number one, they are topped, they are blessed when it comes to business. My goodness me, we must continue. He is a man I loved. I love him so much, and that's just the way it is. I don't know if I still have a caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp? Caller on
Can hear
WhatsApp.
you.
Can you hear me, Mazi?
Hello.
All right. Thank you, Mazi, for
Hello.
holding. There, I can hear you. Thank you for holding, please.
Okay.
Your names and where you're calling from, and go ahead and tell me what's on your mind because the whole world is listening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm a native of Ishiago, Ebonyi State, Biafra. I greet you once more, Azike Chukwu.
Thank you very much, my brother.
I greet my leader, our leader, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu, for a time like this. Each time when I'm listening to Radio Biafra, I learn so much. So much. Those people who are attacking their freedom, most especially the Igbo race in Nigeria, I hope those people will change from the new year coming, because anybody who are attacking his life is worse than animal human being. Anybody attacking IPOB, attacking DOS, attacking Nnamdi Kanu, you are attacking your life. Because if you know what you are doing, you can never do it. Because Nnamdi Kanu came to liberate millions of people in Nigeria in the bondage of slavery and colonization. This is a very big plan made for over 60 years ago between British and the Fulanese. And they have seen that this is the opportunity they have to strike and take over Nigeria by force. They started by taking all the key positions in Abuja. They have taken it all. I don't have to go one by one. You know it.
Yes.
Anybody who are hearing me now, you know that Fulani have taken all the key positions. You know it. Now, they are working to take the whole land by having their rugas in the whole local government in Nigeria. Before our leader opened the secret for the whole world to hear, to understand what is happening. Our leader came up, Chukwu Okike saying him to save you, your children, unborn generation, from bondage of slavery. And you are attacking your life again. What a foolish man. This has made it possible for me to understand that black people, without Nnamdi Kanu, black people is just at the bottomless pit of the whole world. Because only black man can collect money to be a slave. You have seen it. Anybody who are fighting this struggle is fighting to be a slave, because money was given to you. Warrior kuregwu ya si eliwu ụzọ liwe ehi oveke onye iberibe ya kpụrụ ehi wee rie ehi ericha ya, mana ụzọ wada n'ụzọ a na-echi echi. Mgbe ahụ na-anara nne n'ofu egbu ego na madam oyibo ego, ha na ndị grup ha ego, ka ị wuru ohu ndị Fulani chekwa echiche maka na oge na-abịa, a time will come when you will die and the trouble you created will remain for your children and
Right,
unborn generation. Our leaders have tried so much to liberate the whole people. I have seen that in Nigeria, that place they call Nigeria, I have understand the meaning of one Nigeria. One Nigeria. Have you seen any country that you call one before you call? If you can sit down and reason to that way, then you will understand there's something hidden.
All right, Mazi.
That one means a lot.
Please, if you can summarize.
And that was what our leader have exposed to the whole world. If you like, you hear it and become alive. If you don't like it, you stay where you are.
Thank you very much.
But you will regret at the end of the whole story. I greet my leader, the only one man in the history after Jesus, the only one man that came up for a time like this. Chukwu Kabiama will be in his strength.
You say?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother.
And Happy New Year.
And
thank you.
Thank you very much. You have spoken eloquently. And let me go to our brother, MAZI Kanunta. I don't know if you can hear me, MAZI. MAZI Kanunta, please go ahead. Good evening from here.
Yes, MAZI Ketuku, good evening.
They were watching
fellow Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night according to your time zone. My name is Kanu. I'm from Isama Farukumahi Beko. I have been listening to the program as it's progressing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother, for giving me this opportunity to come in, to contribute. I want to tell Biafrans one particular thing, a very simple thing. What is playing out today is very funny, in the sense that it's like those days when we were little children. If you have been asked to go and fetch water in the stream, while you are going with your clay pot in your head, all of a sudden you will see a grasshopper that will fly over. You will drop everything and start chasing grasshopper, forgetting that you are meant to go to the stream to fetch water and not to go and chase grasshopper. That is exactly what is playing out today. Some people believe that they are part of this movement, but one leg is inside, one leg is outside. Like the man that spoke and said, when you go and click on these people's, website, or even on their programs, it's costing $5.
Absolutely.
That means a lot. That tells our people that they are making fools even more richer than they themselves, because they want to go and listen to gossip. My honest opinion is this: we have things now in Biafra land that can occupy us from now to the end of next year. And what is that? Look at what is happening in Imo State. Since how many months now? Killings, kidnapping, extortion, cannibalism, and all whatnot. There are people who are responsible for this. And the Elohim may want it. We were able to catch Hope Uzodimma on Sunday, unboxing the 26th of December. That was when we discovered where our problem was coming from. There we have to pay much attention to. If we start discussing things that are very relevant without mentioning the names of these charlatans, these fools who did not sow but they want to reap, then we can move ahead speedily. But when people keep talking about them, that means you are not improving. In this hallowed platform, when we speak, we say it the way it is. We don't care whose ox is called. Nobody cares. You say it the way it is, and that is the fact of it. That's the fact of the matter. Some people want to paint their words and make it look more beautiful. No, we don't do it that way. Say it the way it is. Please, what we have to do is just to ignore all these people. Watch out. They are always out for a gossip. If you say one thing, they will pick it and start talking about it. You think something is happening. Just to attract most people who are confused, who don't know where they're heading to. It's a very simple thing. A very simple one. If you want to continue listening to these idiots, I call them idiots, continue doing so. But don't forget, your villages are in a great danger. Your own siblings, your relations, your uncles, they are all in a great danger. Because you are listening to idiots. When you have to use the opportunity to talk and tell the world what is happening, you are gossiping, talking about people that are irrelevant. These are people that sit down and believe that the world rotates around their kitchen. Because you are opportuned. You have Facebook, you can put data in your phone, you sit down and be talking junk, and people are sitting down listening to you hours. That is absolute madness. Mazi, I would suggest, let us make use of our time to deal with Zoo, because Zoo is crumbling. As it is now, do you know how many people that are being killed in the northern part of Nigeria? I can guarantee you by next year that the northerners are going to feed on shit, because the bandits the late Buhari brought into Nigeria, they've taken over the north, they've taken over part of north, they've taken over the northern part of Nigeria. From Yobe, from Sokoto, from Zamfara State, they have sacked all of them from their villages. Things that are happening, we don't even see it in the newspaper. They don't write about it. And that is how it is. If you listen, if you follow closely what they do, 2 days ago, they published something and said, that was from the Guardian newspaper. I tweeted about it. They said that Nigerian soldiers, in fact, the headline started that Nnamdi is a notorious IPOB leader and ESN leader. That was the headline. If you go down the newspaper to read downward, you will hear that they are referring to one person they called Godwin Nnamdi. They said that the military arrested that this man is an IPOB leader in Enugu State. If you go back to the other newspaper in Sahara, it was a different thing altogether. But today, from Inter-Society, they revealed, like I tweeted, that they went and attacked people during the Christmas Eve. Without knowing what was written there, today it was confirmed by Sahara newspapers that actually that these military men they raided churches in Enugu State during the Christmas Eve. At the end, they ended up killing 2 people in that. But they came out and turned the story around and said that they arrested IPOB members, and so most people fell for that very news. These are the areas we have to go in. You announce, please. You are there. Tell them what they have to do. Let people go on Twitter. If you cannot tweet, retweet. If you are tweeting, tag FCDCO. That is Foreign and Commonwealth Development Office in UK. They should be informed. State Department should be aware of this. United Nations should be aware of this. European Union should be aware of this. It's very important. That is the only way we can defeat Zoo and defeat these handlers they sent to us to be distracting us. Because if you don't have anything to talk about, that is when we give them that opportunity to come in and be talking rubbish, analyzing things they don't even know. If you love me, you don't do things to portray that love you have for me. That means you're not for me. Forget about what everybody's saying. Forget about what people are saying. When you look at the real people, you know. But we should not allow people to use their social media platform to deceive us, unless those they are giving money to be talking or to be writing, to be retweeting whatever thing they post. It's either you are in or you are out. You cannot be in. You can't be a Biafran and be at the same time be an Idu Biafran. It is not possible. So we should try to scrape this thing off completely because these people are irrelevant. They are here, and I'm sure they will die here because they don't think of tomorrow. Most of them, they have never seen life before. So they believed they came into wherever they are. There is 24 hours light. There is running water. They felt that they've arrived. So we should ignore these people and do the needful. Thank you very much, MAZI Kechku, for the good job you people are doing. And I wish you
Thank
people
you very much.
A happy new year in advance.
Same to you, Mazin. All right, we must continue, and that is Mazi Kanu. And of course, based on what he is saying, of course, the issue of Mwosu, of course, the son-in-law of Okorocha, has actually opened a can of worm. The abduction of Uche Nwosu has exposed the mastermind, of course, behind insecurity in Imo State. Of course, they used to tag IPOB whenever anything happens in Imo State. But Chineke Nna has exposed them. Chukwu Kikabiama Abago Hanau. And if you're looking at this article, of course, or should I call it a press release, if I may, it says an abduction of Uche Nwosu has exposed the masterminders of insecurity in Imo State. And then it goes as follows. We, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, condemn the abduction of Mazi Uche Nwosu in the church. This is another vindication that IPOB and the Eastern Security Network, ESN, are not responsible for the numerous attacks, abductions, and kidnapping in Imo State, contrary to false accusations and propaganda by Hope Uzodinma and his co-travelers. The incident has also further confirmed the complicity of Hope Uzodinma and the APC party in the insecurity going on in Imo State and Southeast region. But for the dexterity and fighting spirit of Nwosu's family and associates, Hope Uzodinma, his co-travelers, and some infamous media houses would have, as usual, pointed accusing fingers at ESN, IPOB, and unknown gunmen. But God Almighty Chukwu Kikabiama have exposed them this time around. All right, let me continue and finish reading this. And then, of course, he goes ahead to say, but for the dexterity and fighting spirit of Nwosu family and associate, Hope Uzodinma, his co-travelers, and some infamous media houses would have, as usual, pointed accusing fingers at ESN, IPOB, as well as the unknown gunmen. But God Almighty Chukwu Kikabiama have exposed them this time around. It will not be a surprise if by tomorrow Hope Uzodinma fingers Uche Nwosu and his in-law Rogers Okorocha as the sponsors of IPOB and ESN, unknown gunmen and insecurity in Imo State. We know his antics, and such options may not be out of the table. For the umpteenth time, the single individuals cannot sponsor IPOB. We are a global movement, and millions of our family members, home and abroad, remain the source of our sponsorship. We have never hidden this fact because we are not a secret or a terror organization. IPOB is well grounded, and of course, we don't need any Okorocha or Uche Nwosu, even Hope Uzodinma, or any politician for the matter, or rather to be sponsored, or rather to sponsor us. We have no dealings with corrupt politicians and people with questionable source of wealth. It's now transparently obvious to all who the masterminds of the abduction and killing of many traditional rulers and religious leaders, including politicians in Imo State and other parts of Southeast are. It is also now clear who created unknown gunmen to demonize and implicate IPOB and ESN operatives. God Almighty Chukwokika Biama, who designed this fight for Biafra freedom and independence, has always vindicated us and will continue to vindicate IPOB and ESN. Of course, this was compiled by Comrade Ima Powerful. He is the Media and Publicity Secretary of IPOB. As you can see, this has to do with the event that happened on the 26th of December, which is Boxing Day, when they went to the house of God and they consecrated the place, and then, of course, abducted Uche Nwosu, the son-in-law of Okorocha. And then, of course, by the grace of Elohim, they were exposed, because the next thing they would have done is to accuse IPOB and ESN. And, of course, Vanguard has carried the news as well. If you look at Vanguard, what they have to say with regards to the incident, that's the Vanguard of yesterday. They said, finally, IPOB reveals it's sponsored. Of course, the sponsor of IPOB are the people. So let me read a bit of it, and then, of course, we will start to summarize. After many years of inquiry, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has finally revealed those that support and finance its activity. In a statement signed by its spokesperson, Ima Powerful, IPOB averred that no single individual can sponsor the organization because we are many, because we are everywhere, because we are massive, the greatest mass movement in the whole wide world and this planet they call Earth. The organization headed by MAZI Nnamdi Kanu stated in its latest statement titled, Abduction of Uche Nwosu has exposed the mastermind of insecurity in Imo State. So this is what Vanguard is saying. They are re-echoing on the press statement that we have, of course, dished out to the members of the public and the entire world to bear us witness that the mastermind of insecurity in Imo State is definitely not IPOB, neither is it ESN, but rather Uche, Hopeless Ozodimba, and of course his co-travelers. So that is just the way it is. And of course, before we go, I don't know if we still have another call coming in before I go, because our time is almost up. It is time for us to go. Very, very important. But before we do so, we started by playing, the audio of IPOB Bible to you. My goodness me, we will make it go viral. Go to all platforms. You can go to Street Talk at Radio Biafra, Street Talk at Radio Biafra. You can go to Radio Biafra homepage. You can go to my platform. You can go to everywhere. You will find that audio. It's already in SoundCloud. It is also in audio, version. So share it around, because by 31st of this month, we will stop, all this whole gossips and arguments going around, because we don't have to. We have many more important things that we need to focus our energy on. All right, I'm not sure why this is making a hell of noise, but let's see what we can make out of this. All right, oh my goodness me. I have a call coming in. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me see if I can get this call. Very, very important. And of course, we will begin to summarize. Very, very important. All right, my brother, Mazi Ekeroneke. Good evening from here.
Yeah, my beloved brother, comrade, good evening from WhatsApp, and the man, Mazi, I thank you for being on air today.
Thank you very
Our
much.
leader is Mazi Nnamdi Okokal, the members of Shugu Prezo. I appreciate his Lufthansa, the DS, and all the fanatical men of all radicals all over the world. Mazi, I just called because also suddenly it's because of what Kalanta said, because him and Asa Patan Katari on you also will eat
Yes.
Mazi, whatever that is happening in Imo State, all of us are from that Imo, and especially from all the senatorial districts. Warrior Krego, so on your frebe, Okon Abos, Yachu, and Yacha, Warrior Moigata, or Bayola.
Yes.
Every Jari on your Soya Bagan on Konye Kitty. Are you telling me that the whole Imo light, Kaikudana, because I got one way Zukuyola? Before I seen Andy Imo State, Ndio were district, Ndio Ki, when them be sent how won the petition. But since this man entered, and since all of people take our church in Imo State, have you seen how Imo State is? How many years now? From Achiku Denwa to this idiot, how many years to this one now? You don't they see how Imo State is? What I don't know see what is happening there. I don't know man in Imo State again. And we've been shouting every day by day. And especially our people from Olo. You see how they are stimulating us. That's your program last year. Systematic extermination. This is time it is working 101%.
Mazi, that program actually came in 2019, remember? I think it was in 2019.
2019. Yeah, toward the end of 2019, yeah. I know, middle of 2019, I know. I think I will search that program and post it in my wall. I have it. I will check that program. Mazi, now, what is happening in Olo? Like Kalanta said, we have a lot of things in our hand. It's not a matter of calling this platform. Some people don't call, but they're in Twitter doing the needful 24 hours. Most of all these people claim fanatics, they don't go to Twitter. Some of them don't have even Twitter handle, which is the easiest. And if you cannot tweet, just continue to retweet what other people have tweeted. There are people you can follow there. There are a lot of fanaticals there, doing the needful, like Ohagi, all of them are there. People are there tweeting. Just follow the Twitter and continue to tweet. It is, oh my God. Mazi, if people know what Twitter is doing, what we are doing there, honestly, the whole Biafran, they will stop all this nonsense about this Facebook and go there and go to Twitter because Twitter is the best and the message is being got. They are getting that message. The message is now Banyigola. I will continue to encourage my people, especially from Molo Senatorial District. You have been infiltrated. Hope also has infiltrated us two-way. Look at the whole of the Senatorial District. Are we talking of Uguta? And now they take people at any hand. They show you they are proud to tell that to Hope also brought them into Imo State. You can see some view audio that is going viral. They kill you. They open their boot and show. Look at blood. They just drop it. That Hope brought them. What are we waiting? Our people, on your black agri when come who get one in your navy on the border to Honyana Navy. This is what we have been talking about. Breaker. Mazi, my brother.
Mazi, I think half of your speech is in proverb.
Oh, you look at the body, absolutely. Oh, you look at the body, and finally, this week. Before next week, radio we have to. That radio must speak in all the area. We have to cover it now, and we are doing already. We are working already.
Is power.
They will get that. Yes, because there were a lot of fake idiots, and let our people stop going to the Facebook, listen to all these idiots. Go and do the news. Stop on and then keep it there. You had it. Don't bring it to our platform. Whatever you did not hear for Radio Biafra does not exist. It's a fly. Somebody come and tell you, chicken, it's in Nigeria. What is in Nigeria? Okay, for Nigeria every day, use Nigeria. Are we stupid?
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. We've been saying this for ages. If you did not hear it on Radio Biafra, then it does not exist. Sometimes you are so, disappointed. You get people asking you questions that doesn't make sense. They say, we heard that this person and that person went to the zoo. And then you ask yourself, even you that is being told, can't you reason? Can't you think? Because the person who is telling you that is simply wants you to believe that these people cannot be trusted. That is the whole idea of generating such rumors. And when it comes to the issue of our law, there are two things that is happening in our law, or rather, let me put it, Imo State, I beg your pardon, not our law as per se. Of course, our law is part of Imo. But the two things that is happening there is people are being given bribery, of course, to look the other way. And then other people are being eliminated so that they don't say anything or this is the mission of Hope Uzodimma, and that is what he has been doing in Imo State. Let us listen again to IPOB Bible. Very, very important. Very, very.
Not following anything that DOS says goes. Anybody not following anything that DOS says goes. Anybody not following orders from Chike, Dosium, from DOS, you will be removed from IPOB and sanctioned appropriately. Before we remove you without knowing where you are, this time around we will catch you before we remove you. Anything DOS says is what goes. Unsurumike is heading our reconciliation committee. If he calls you on the phone, you must listen to him and do as he says. He is our deputy head of Directorate of State, led by MAZI Johnathan. They are the highest decision-making body in IPOB. If that thing is difficult, then I'll refer it to me. Do you understand? Anything, if they call you on the phone, you don't return their call, or you're doing strong head, I will then believe that the zoo has got you over and you'll be dealt with. We run a discipline movement more than anything. We value discipline more than anything else in the world, in IPOB. That's the only thing we have. That is we are able to defeat the zoo and destroy the zoo is hinged on one thing, and that is discipline. If you know you cannot work for IPOB, you get out and join the Sabo. One day your judgment will come. We'll find out those hiding in Kotonu, those are hiding somewhere near Apite, near Swamp in River State. Will find out of you. Not water. I say River State because it's upland and coastal region. We'll find out of you. No state coordinator is allowed. No state coordinator is allowed to contact the state commander no matter what. And as a commander, if you're removed, you step aside, how others will do the job. We don't want a type of Biafra that will be like the zoo. If you lose election, you rig it, and you remain in power. When the age of retirement is 65, at the age of 85, you're still in power, that rubbish should not obtain. We are not like any other stupid from black people from Africa. We are Biafrans. You must understand that. And follow orders accordingly. My instructions to this global family is this. We have the DOS, we have the finance department, we have the legal department, and we have the medical. Anybody who is appointed into office, if you fail to obey your superior officer, you will be dismissed live on air. I will dismiss you myself. And as I said, as I'm dismissing you, men are on the ground to apprehend you. You must obey your superiors. It is based on discipline, please. All this breaking, going forwards and backwards, I want to obey. That means you are not prepared to be in IPOB. If you don't know what obedience is, you shouldn't be here. After all, we are all under oath. It doesn't matter if you were with me from the beginning or not. You must obey your superiors, please. Very, very important. Very, very important. There are also finance officers, those fools that stole our money from Georgia, they think they're very smart, but they will go to jail, and they understand it. If you are a finance officer in the US, please, we need all the funds people are contributing. Stop hoarding it. Stop hoarding it, please. When our US finance officer makes contact with you, you must please be able to oblige her and do as you're told. Or if you get a call, it's when you fail. Anytime you get a call from our sister Nene, then you know you're in very serious trouble, you have done something wrong. Please make sure that our accounting and our audit is up to date. I do not understand the reluctance of some individuals in the US to remit the money that people have contributed to ESN. I don't understand the reason why you're holding it. I don't know what for. Please, that was why we left those criminals with money in Georgia and they stole it. Trying to be clever by half, or should I say too clever by half, like the Fran will always do. The two criminals living in Atlanta, Georgia, hoarded our money. Nwokempo and Ozurumba. Two criminals, two rules from there, stole our money. I have all the records, and I must understand that. And I have maintained that any accounts that we have that Nnamdi cannot see, I do not trust that very account. As long as she doesn't see it, I will not trust it. And very, very soon, I will shut down every account that Nnamdi cannot see.
This is Motherland. All right, it is Motherland, and of course, coming to the end of the program, let me take this call. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, tell me your names, please, where you're calling from, and then tell MAZI Kechukwu what's on your mind.
Yes, MAZI Kechukwu, one name.
Good evening from here, MAZI.
Am I coming out clear?
Loud and clear, MAZI. Please go ahead.
Yes, my name is MAZI Chukwuemeka Ezejimadu. I am calling from London. Because of your program, I just ended, I was live on Facebook for the past 4 hours.
My goodness me.
Yes, because the reason why I was on Facebook, live broadcast, because of this same message of our leader you played, I also repeated it on my program to take time to explain to our people, word for word. And our leader, they lay down rules and the order he has set up in IPOB. Because if we don't explain all these things to our people, some of them that are still confused, they will still be confused. Because I took time to analyze to our people. Our leader said, anytime she picks up phone to call anybody about finance, it means that person is in trouble. MAZI, I want to bring our people's mind back how all these things started and why it is imperative for us to, multitask. Our leader taught us how to do multitasking. You are doing your bit. Every other person out there on Twitter, we are tweeting about what is happening in Biafra land. On Facebook, we are doing the same thing. At the same time, those moles that our leader made us to understand that they are inside IPOB, they were sponsored by Nigerian government to destroy what all of us have labored for over the years for our people to be free. We also had the opportunity to explain to our people that these people are moles, no matter whatever they say. Now, MAZI, if we cast our mind back, you will understand that how this thing started was they started accusing Nnamdi of holding ESN money. That is the main crux of the matter. They were telling you, Onyendu gave order that Nnamdi should remit ESN money in her possession. While the truth remains that there was never a time any ESN money was under Nnamdi's custody. In that clip you played, our leader made it categorically clear that the ESN fundraising, the people sitting on that money, they were sitting on it in America. The account where the money, all the ESN fundraising we are paid in was in America. The same people were sitting on that money, and our leader was not happy with them. If you go and check this particular broadcast our leader made, he knew what was happening. He knew what they are planning. He knew, and he made it categorically clear that these people disobeying orders, these people sitting on ESM money, they are agents of Nigerian government. If you don't follow the directive of GOS, if you don't follow the directive given by him, it means you are working with Nigerian government. Because we know there are people, Nigerian government, to pay, to sponsor them, to creep into IPOB, to destroy us from inside. That is the truth. Now, these people are the same people. The abduction of our leader, they know about it. These same people turned around to use the allegation, false allegation against Nayanya, against Kanonta, against Caroline, against Barrister Geoffrey, against DOS, to manipulate the minds of some of our people that are confused. Some are new. They might be genuine. But when something happened, you have to understand what happened. When this thing happened, what has been the reaction of everybody? These same moles are the ones telling us they are standing on the truth, on the truth, on the truth. So the truth they are standing on is that our direct order for to move ESN fundraising to an account in America, which was lies from pit of hell. Our leader never said that. Our leader never gave such order. He never existed. After they kidnapped our leader, these same moves fabricated this lie in order to spread it to Biafrans. For Biafrans to turn their attention towards innocent people instead of turning their attention on them. This clip you played, every doubting Thomas, whether you are confused, whether you are still a member of autopilot or you are from Idu Demon Kingdom and you still call MAZI Nnamdi or IPOB or Odendu to come out, it means you are irredeemable, because you cannot go follow the spirit, go and kill, and then you follow humans to come for burial. It doesn't happen. In this clip, our leader has made it categorically clear that these people in America, these same people are the same people till today.
Thank you very much.
They are criminals. They stole our money, and we said, our leader said it, they are going to jail. So all these people, Madam Oyibo them, if anybody is angry, we are calling their name on Radio Biafra. Please don't be angry, because it's the same, this Radio Biafra, that anything you don't hear here becomes what? Is lies. So
all
we
right,
have to educate our
thank
people
you very much.
for them to understand. So thank you, MAZI.
Thank you very much.
People that are confused, stop being confused. We know the enemies. We are dealing with them. And whatever that is happening in Biafra land, we are also exposing them to the world.
There will.
So thank you, MAZI, for what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
May God bless you.
And bless you too.
Bless Biafra. Thank you so much.
There will.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother, for that. And of course, like I said earlier on, very soon, of course, after the 31st of this month, we will stop all this whole replying to whoever, talking back to whoever, because we don't have that time anymore. Like I said, our Bible, which is IPOB Bible, have dealt with all this shenanigan, and we will put it even on our Radio Biafra app to keep on repeating what our leader has said. We don't have time anymore to, give attention to all this nonsense. We must focus. We must continue, because our leader must be released, and we need to expose Hope Uzodimma and the Zoo government for what they are. Let me take this call. It could be the last because of our time. Caller on WhatsApp, you are the last caller for today. Good evening from here.
From Morocco, calling you.
Please, what is on your mind, MAZI?
You see?
Ele ihe na-ege n'obi, ịmana ihe ibu n'obi ga-ebutuo ya, anyị na-ege gị ntị.
Because of this repeat of our leader brokers he made now.
Yes.
I don't think it's late, but it's something that maybe some of those that fall into it, we need to at least pardon them with at least if such a people have been listening to this thing right from the day one of the arrest. I don't think this kind of thing could have been happened.
You see, Mazi, you see, the problem is our leader have so many thousands of audios starting from 2013, 12 or 2012 till date. So to find these things are not easy. By stroke of luck, now and then we do find what we can find. We've been searching, but it's not easy to find things in the archive, unfortunately. But at least we are glad we are able to find this. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Since we got it, let them be listening to it.
Absolutely.
Because immediately they arrest and they started talking about and I tweeted it to our WhatsApp forum in IPOB Tanja. I said anybody who knows Nnamdi should go and buy her drink because he's our savior. Immediately, because what we are doing is like a deal. The first thing I imagine is they will go and block him into his house, take all the whole record. And our leader was arrested with his laptop and everything. Automatically, Nigeria will go towards the earth and destroy us. That is one thing we do not know. You see, but it seems that woman protect us in this level we are. May God bless her. I'm telling you. So one thing I want to talk about Uche Mopande. Uche was
Obara Jesus.
My brother, listen to me.
Yes, I'm listening.
These people and the government have already planned how to execute this. You listen, even though they can, they have already made arrange how to intimidate it to the IPOB or ESN or anything. Just find a way to bring us down.
All right.
Because if you see presidential spokesman, Garba Shehu speaking, he said their government is not there to protect APC. Their government is to protect integrity of Nigeria. So what is the element of the destruction of our eastern region. Everything I've been telling both Rocha and all of them, their life is in danger. They use them to sacrifice just to do what? To bring IPOB down.
All right, Mazi.
Nothing can destroy us. We are living with open hand.
Absolutely.
God bless all of you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. And of course, we will leave it here today. And like I said, we are going to stop talking about all these issues because there is no need anymore to talk about it. We need to focus more on the issues of our leader. You know, his freedom is paramount to us. And also we need to focus on how to, expose the shenanigans, the dealings, the abductions, which is being perpetrated in Imo State by Anor here, the number, or should I call him administrative governor of Imo State, Hope Ozodimba. We need to expose him for who he is. My goodness, many people are calling, but I'm almost about to go. I will take this probably last call for the day. You see, one thing about the MAZI Chukwonoha, maybe it is because of my legal background. It takes me a lot to believe you. Like when you come and tell me this person is a thief, this person is that, I don't believe you until you show me the evidence. That is how I was trained, and that is how I roll, and that is what I believe in. Probably the person you are accusing might be guilty of what you are accusing them, but I don't care until you show me the evidence. There is what you call a prima facie evidence. A prima facie evidence is something you present to a magistrate or a judge in a court of law to show that you have a case, to show that there is potential that if we continue with this prosecution of this individual, there is chances that this person might be found guilty. If there is no prima facie evidence, the defense might apply for what you call Section 174 of Criminal Code here in South Africa, meaning that you don't have a case and the case might be struck off the roll. So, next time you want to tell me about anybody, bring the evidence. Otherwise, don't dare, because MAZI Kechkonoha will not listen to you. All right, caller on WhatsApp. You are the last caller for today. Please, if you can make it snappy for me in 2 or 3 minutes. Good evening from here. What is on your mind?
Good evening, MAZI Kechkonoha. You are an orator. My name is MAZI Ndode.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my name is MAZI Ndode. I'm calling from my location here in United Kingdom. So I want to choke my mouth in the what have been going. I've been with the rap attention. I've been listening to all that have been going.
By all means.
But a lot of things have gone wrong. What is in my mind is what you have said, that after 31st of this month, we're not going to talk about this most. We are
exactly.
Us.
Exactly.
Could you imagine that this man they call Dofe, this Ogiso, have joined them? Well, if you watch what he was saying yesterday, you know that the boy is a blatant liar, and what he's saying, his mouth was shaking. And I thank God and most of them told him to bring this very thing down. A lot of most have entered into this very group. And my happiness is that since 2014, I saw Nnamdi in 2014 in Italy, and that made me to enter this very struggle. How many years now? 8 years now. I have never related in all that I have been doing. I've been spending everything that concerns this. I'm very passionate to make sure that our people are get freed. What I was saying about, I want to remind you again what Rapture said. I was watching him when he was eulogizing his his son-in-law, that Uche Wolf won the election. I am telling my brother Rochas that Uche Wolf won the election. Nobody knows him. He's an underdog. The person that won the election was Ihedioha. But Ihedioha is a woman. Ihedioha is a woman. They don't want to start to face a lot of people. Could you imagine before they remove Ihedioha? I've been fighting even in the Facebook where our leaders are saying that power belongs to them. I will tell them, so you people want to replicate what is happening in the north. What do you mean by power belongs to them? They were saying vehemently they are going to take it away from the people. That they cannot quantify all the people within the. Now what is happening? They have removed it. This is not this. Look at our people have been moved down. A lot of people have gone down. Well, what are we going to do? And they're killing from even 10 years upwards. Oh my God, it's very disheartening. It is very disheartening. Coming to this woman called Nelly or Febu or whatever that they call it. I'm telling you that woman is demented. The woman is demented. With this useless, this boy they call him Sima. We must call their name. From now to that phase, we are not going to call them again. From we have only 2 days grace to mention them. If Sima knows that he is doing the right thing, why is he blocking the comment section? Why is he blocking the only share listen? If anybody that knows that he is doing the right thing, like a Mazi Jahnatham, upon all the accusations they are giving him, Mazi have never blocked anybody from commenting from his program. But this man is Sima and all of them. Block their comment section. They block the like section. Only share section they will leave. You must not comment here. For you to know that they are afraid of what they are doing. A lot of people are falling apart. I know Matthew have said that one and one of the people are needed. But many of them are falling apart.
All right, Matthew.
So another thing I want to tell you is that you people continue to hammer on the monthly and insane money. Here in West Midland, where many people are not paying their monthly and insane money. This Mazi Jahnatham was I wasn't trying to tell you this, that a lot of them have stopped doing what they have promised. I'm telling you, for you to use their good office, that broker that tell other people.
Thank you very much. We'll do, Mazi.
That's it. And remember that many people that are now in UK, I don't see them in any program here. They don't come for rally. I know where they belong in this very group. But they will come and talk.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Mazi, let's leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
They will watch it again. And bless you too.
IPOB.
You say?
Our leader, Kanu.
You say? All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. And that is the last call for today. Before we go, let's listen to this again. Very, very important. In an IPOB with a Bible, I'm going to get into.
Anybody not following anything that DOS says goes. Anybody not following orders from Chike, Dosium, from DOS, you will be removed from IPOB and sanctioned appropriately. You know, before we remove you without knowing where you are, this time around we will catch you before we remove you. Anything DOS says is what goes. Nnamdi is heading our reconciliation committee. If he calls you on the phone, you must listen to him and do as he says. He is our deputy head of Directorate of State, led by MAZI Chike, Dosium. They are the highest decision-making body in IPOB. If that thing is difficult, then now refer it to me. Do you understand? Anything, if they call you on the phone, you don't return their call, or you're doing strong head, I will then believe that the zoo has got you over and you'll be dealt with. We run a discipline movement more than anything. We value discipline more than anything else in the world, in IPOB. That's the only thing we have. That is we are able to defeat the zoo and destroy the zoo is hinged on one thing, and that is discipline. If you know you cannot work for IPOB, you get out and join the Sabo. One day your judgment will come. We'll find out those hiding in Kanu, those are hiding somewhere near Apite, near Swamp in River State. We'll find all of you. Not water. I say River State because it comprises upland and coastal region. We'll find all of you. No state coordinator is allowed. No state coordinator is allowed to contact the state commander no matter what. And as a commander, if you're removed, you step aside. How others will do the job. We don't want a type of Biafra that will be like the zoo. If you lose election, you rig it and you remain in power. When the age of retirement is 65, at the age of 85, you're still in power. That rubbish will not obtain. We are not like any other stupid from black people from Africa. We are Biafrans. You must understand that and follow orders accordingly. My instructions to this global family is this. We have the DOS, we have the finance department, we have the legal department, we have the medical. Anybody who is appointed into office, if you fail to obey your superior officer, you'll be dismissed live on air. I will dismiss you myself. And as I said, as I'm dismissing you, men are on the ground to apprehend you. You must obey your superiors. It is based on discipline, please. All this breaking, going forwards and backwards, I want to obey. That means you are not prepared to be in IPOB. If you don't know what obedience is, you shouldn't be here. After all, we are all under oath. It doesn't matter if you were with me from the beginning or not. You must obey your superiors, please. Very, very important. Very, very important. There are also finance officers, those fools that stole our money from Georgia, they think they're very smart, but they will go to jail, and they understand it. If you are a finance officer in the US, please, we need all the funds people are contributing. Stop hoarding it. Stop hoarding it, please. When our US finance officer makes contact with you, you must please be able to oblige her and do as you're told. Or if you get a call, it's when you fail. Anytime you get a call from our sister Nnamdi, then you know you're in very serious trouble, you have done something wrong. Please make sure that our accounting and our audit is up to date. I do not understand the reluctance of some individuals in the US to remit the money that people have contributed to ESN. I don't understand the reason why you're holding it. I don't know what for. Please, that was why we left those criminals with money in Georgia and they stole it. Trying to be clever by half, or should I say too clever by half, like the Fulani will always do. The two criminals living in Atlanta, Georgia, hoarded our money. Nwokempo and Ozurumba. Two criminals. Two rogues from there stole our money.
This is Motherland. All right, it is Motherland. And of course, unfortunately, this is where we will bring it to an end. Of course, every good thing must come to an end. Every bad thing must come to an end. It's just simply the law of nature. It is what it is. And of course, what a year it has been for IPOB. If you ask me, how do you feel and what do you think about the year? I would tell you that we ended it strong. I must tell you, because considering what we have been through as an organization, the attacks, the artilleries that has been thrown on us, evil arrows that has been thrown on us, and we said back to sender, and it went back to sender. Today, the 29th day of December 2021, the time standing at 9:24 p.m. here in Johannesburg. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, we are still standing. My goodness me. Of course, their plan was, of course, to hijack everything hijackable, hijack our radio, hijack our finances, destroy our leadership. But hey, did they succeed? The answer is no. We are strong, because those who knows why they are here in IPOB, they know. You know who called you. You know how you entered into IPOB. Those who are doing all this rubbish, of course, I know they were not called. They misrode by mistake, had a batana IPOB, and they will leave IPOB by mistake. Those who are called, the 100 men, they will stay. My name is MAZI Johnathhan. I am a professor of law, history, and forensic investigation here at the University of Radio Biafra. The University, bar none, the best of them all. And of course, what an open line that we have had this evening. The last for 2021, as we are looking forward to 2022, because we will enter 2022 in strong with prayers. And don't forget, I think it's tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. I would check. There are two important broadcasts that will be coming up to you here on Radio Biafra. Very, very important. I just want to check it out so I can give you the right information, the right details. Very, very important. Let me see what we got here so I can converge the same message to you. Have patience, have patience. All right. Do I find it? Do I find it? Almost there, almost there. I need to make these two announcements. Very, very important. There we go. I think I've got it. My goodness me. Let me see. Oh, my goodness me. All right. I will get to it. I will get to it. And then, okay. I think here is it. I know that okay, there we go. I think the first one is tomorrow is the 30th of December. There will be a joint sessions of members of DOS comprising of MAZI Chinasaworu, MAZI Aizayoba, MAZI Uchechukwu Nache. Tomorrow the 30th, they will be live on Radio Biafra. It should be 7 p.m. Biafra land time. 7 p.m. Biafra land time. And then on the 1st of January, that is the big one. It will be a New Year special broadcast, an address by the head of Directorate, MAZI Chika Edoziem. MAZI Chika Edoziem will be live on Radio Biafra on the 1st of January, 7 p.m. Biafra land time. So these are the two important dates you need to write or jot down in your diary. It is coming to you. And don't forget also, there is prayers also that is happening. Or is it prayer? I don't think. Our declarations, of course, I'm sure you are hearing the advert as well on our, IPOB community radio app. Every day we continue advertising that will be happening. Let me see if I got any information with regard to that very, very important. Okay, there we go. I think it is, there will be 12 days prayer, which started already on the 20th. It started on the 20th, which was Friday, and it will end on the 31st. And it is a crossover night. So the theme is Arise, O God, gather all the global enemies of Biafra and slaughter them as this year ends. The book of Luke 19:27. Fasting, if you want to fast, of course, it is optional. It is not compulsory. And of course, the details is floating around on Facebook as well as on our IPOB community radio. Then at midnight on the 31st December, Biafran time, there will be crossover night prayer and speaking into the year 2022 to be favorable to Biafrans all around the world. So this is the 3 major events that we will be closing off this year as we enter into 2022, of course, with anticipation of the release of our leader MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very important. Thank you, Biafrans, for your time. Thank you for those who called in and told me, MAZI Kechukwonoha, what is on their mind. Those who called in and give me information, heads off, and speak from their hearts. And thank God also for this IPOB Bible, which you'll be hearing every day on our app. My goodness, because it will be a high frequent player on our radio Biafra. It is very, very important that we get used to the needful so that we don't get confused. And as we reach the 31st, from the 1st of January, you will not be allowed to start talking about this inconsequential people on this platform, Radio Biafra. We will focus on things that matters. We will be talking about the mayhem that is the zoo and what is happening in Imo State and the zoo round, and especially in Biafra land, and especially the release of our leader, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. My name is MAZI Kechukwonoha. I am a professor of history, law, of course, forensics, investigation.
Everybody want to be like Mandela, the king of hero, while their heart is full of evil, like King Pharaoh. Mpansio boda, Tinyokbana seme border. 1 and 2, Ogadika will another summer, clearing and raking labor. Ogadika Ghana, very good manipulation, nobody say something. We can take this for granted, we could do something. I don't I know, but I will look at that, we are something. Mekatasi na Nigeria, we poor, Makachukumana tozo. Mekatasi na Nigeria, we poor, Makachukumana tozo. If an emelo. Oh no 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 no, oh the lumo, Yamelo man na tozo, no place like you, I need to go, man a man na tozo. If he the vex you, commit suicide you, man a man na tozo. Man na tozo, man na tozo.
Uso mama agaya nganabo, ijidoke mona gikeya intenabo. Woke kwesiri turu ya mabatambo, motiesi dizi uwa, ayin nozenanko, anchoro leader, abure ruler, nkege moboda yen no konditi no better, enye ndo chiche ganya pachie, machezo no tutu mobanya fubege tachie, economy the high, for BP, otutu na kuware with CV, otutu ndai kan nozan GG, let all this on a yenomo MP, our country chori de America, Manye nwere love ka ndị America. Ya mee nji gwa n'oji Jehova na ntawa na dizu maka chi mma nnatata akwe.
Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo maka chukwu manna tozo. Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo maka chukwu manna tozo. Ife na-eme n'obodo na-agbanyanya mmiri ya melo manna tozo. Oh no 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 no, oh wudelu mo ya melo manna tozo. No place like Kanu, anyị kwego mana manna tozo. If it vex you, commit suicide, mana manna tozo. No matter go chapel bed, no occupation. I must tell you it's from the foundation. Man, I put to the blame on our generation. Aburu Eve, matter go chapel put Aburu a thief. Any nation they down for jubilation. Let me see you raise your hands and shout congratulations. I will peace, pass this up, bad information. Fuela Rigo, gas Rigo, Oyera Rigo, Kedepage Pido, and you will go, Unua Nugo, Nawaga, Yemeharia Malona, Ofugo, Obodo Palapo, and you want to last 30 years, Imana guys cholo, Igo moto, Lono, no na pia na baba. Eh, uto, Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo, makachuku manna tozo. Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo, makachuku manna tozo. Ife neme n'obodo na gbanyanya mmiri, ya melo manna tozo. Oh no 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 no, oh wudelu mo, ya melo manna tozo. No place like Kanu, anyị kwego, mana manna tozo. If it vex you, commit suicide, mana manna tozo. Manna tozo. Manna tozo.
So iche kwa na sadoro na river Niger bi. Vekle kamu atawa vex.
Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo makachuku manna tozo. Mmekatasi na Nigeria wepo makachuku manna tozo. Ife neme n'obodo na gbanyanya mmiri ya melo manna tozo. Oh no 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 no, oh wudelu mo ya melo manna tozo. No place like Kanu, anyị kwego mana manna tozo. If it vex you, commit suicide, mana manna tozo.
Still a well odd. No road, no lie, water no the flow. And if you talk police, them go come carry go. Giving people fake promise for their campaign. After the election, the next section are siren. Sufferness now a block fest. People dying. Very good propaganda and lying. Some face of 80s with a C for ya. Work like Jackie salary probably next year. Everybody want to be like Mandela, the king of hero. While their heart is full of evil, like King Pharaoh. Mpansio boda, Nyokbana seme border. One and two, Ogadika will another summer. Clearing and raking labor. Ogadika Ghana, political manipulation. Nobody say something. We can take this for granted. We could do something. I don't know, but I will.